It's a fight to cast green-white.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today for the 400th episode of our Brawl Stars series I'm playing Nicol Bolas God-Pharaoh. But I'm doing so with a goal in mind. This is a Grixis crime deck. All of my spells are black or red or blue. And I have a quest to cast Selesnya, that's green and white spells. So using this deck, I'm going to try to steal spells from my opponents in order to do my daily quests. That's right, I'm going to be stealing spells directly from their library, their graveyard, their hand, and anywhere I can in order to do my daily quest. So let's take Nicol Bolas into the queue and start stealing some green-white spells. Cram the Undertaker has green, so we'll be doing some crime against them. I have 3 lands in my hand, a counter spell, and a way to steal from their hand. I think this is all right. I think that I'm going to mulligan, though, to look for something better. And I like this a little bit more. I get to start with a Surveil land, Cyclonic Rift. That's probably good. This is oftentimes a deck that is making Karam able to kill you in one hit by putting things into the graveyard, making Karam absolutely massive based on the power. And let's see what else they've got in their hand. Racketeer Boss is the only creature. They have 3 different pieces of removal. A kill spell, and a kill spell. Only one of them would count towards my quest, though. So, like, Cruel Claw's Heist, maybe take that tear ass. Oh, another kill spell. Bloodchief's Thirst. They can't play the Racketeer Boss here since this can't tap for red for non-legends. I'll tap 1, 2. And I'm going to steal from their hand. But wait, there's more. Okay, they're using the Terror Center before I could even steal it. Okay, fine. This gets me treasures, but it is a red or green spell, so I'll take it. It's green. It counts towards the quest. I don't need removal. My deck has removal. Hi, Karam. Let's see what they mill on attack next turn. Okay, yeah, I have a creature in hand for this. Boop. I'm going to shock that in because I'm planning on bouncing Karam before attacks. I don't want them stealing from my graveyard. I want to steal from them. Nice goif. You could either hold up the redirection or throw down the bird. They might have a good deluge turn, like kill everything but Karam. I don't know if they'd be willing to give up these 2, though. They mill. This is now a 3/4. I could double block it. I'm actually going to do something that seems kind of weird, which is just blocking the Karam with the 3/2. And the reason for that is to say, like, yeah, now your deluge isn't as good. They do have, I guess, Infernal Grasp. Oh, and Abrupt Decay. You have so much removal, dog. Could bring something back. What's been milled so far? Not many interesting creatures. Bring back the Aven. See if they just grasp it firmly. Ram and the Goif swinging in. Nice. Shifting Woodland's great. Infernal Grasp. I am going to Gale's Redirection, which means I'm going to roll a d20 to see if I can cast that for free. I can't. I have to pay 2 mana for it. That's fine. Block Karam. They could follow up with a deluge. And just pay 1 life. Yep. And they're making it awful hard for me to do crime here. Real tricksy. Grasp Karam before he can attack. Still go down to 11. I wonder if they want to turn the woodland into anything in here. Turn it into Rakier boss for 3 more damage. Welcome back, Karam. Hit them with the plunder. Probably dead, though. Unfortunately, that's game. GG, but I did get to cast a stolen spell. Mission accomplished. And look! I cast a green spell! With the Grixis deck. Thalia and the Gitrog monster. Green and white spells for me to steal. Oh, perfect! I've got a Thieving Aven here to do some crime. A Decadent Dragon also for the expensive taste. 2 ways for me to potentially take this frog and soldiers. Various spells. So this is going to be a little tricky though, because a lot of my stuff is going to be entering tapped. My creatures, my non-basic lands. And in combat, Thalion, the Gitrog monster, is pretty much always going to win because it's got First Strike and Death Touch. They're taking a look at my hand here. They can make me discard any of these 3 spells. I would personally hit Thieving Aven unless I plan on doing some ramp with small creatures or artifacts, in which case, Kolaghan's Command. And they are definitely going to be casting small creatures or artifacts because they hit the Kolaghan's Command. Hi, Kashmir. This is a slow hand. It is a slow hand. But it's a hand that might let me do crime. Birds of Paradise. See, that's what they didn't want me bopping. The bop. I'll bring out Thieving Aven. Tweet, tweet. They've got enough mana for Thalion Gitrog monster if they play a land. Nope. Just single target removal on my bird. Shall be a fine day for crime. Before I do anything else, I will show my expensive taste. Trying to steal the top 2 cards. We got Shattered Sanctum and Overgrown Farmland. Tragically, these do not have a color. They're colorless, which means they don't count toward my quest. But that's alright because I still get to play them. Still get to steal them. And I went for the Shattered Sanctum because my deck has black. And I didn't steal anything that requires colored mana. Do they have original Birds of Paradise art and arena? No, only the alt art. Only the special guest, whatever it's called, art. Critters? Imagine Critters? Hi, Nissa. Some landfall action going on. You only have a bird that wears clothes. I think eventually we'll get the original one. Or just like some Birds of Paradise. They should give us the nice Ravnica remastered one. That's a pretty bird. They've got loads of mana here since they fetched. Would you like to play Thalion the Gitrog? They can now play another land, and we know they have it sort of a land in hand. Disciple of Freyalise. So I have counter spells I can hold up, or big counter spell. I will play the Relic of Legends, manually tapping here, so I'm being left with some blue mana. I want to make sure I have blue for the mana drain. And then I'm going to play Overgrown Farmland, which will enter tapped, because Thalion the Gitrog monster are silly like that. Is it Mark Poole who did the original art? Because it has, like, the Mark Poole Island in the background, right? Ooh, a Vraska. Let's go for the counter on that. So I have tons of mana next turn for Nicol Bolas. They can still, like, just slam jam me, though, for 7. If they attack with Thalia in the Gitrog monster, they do have to sacrifice a land, but... Oh, no! Sacrificing a land and drawing a card. How terrible. I would love to have some of that. Do you eat Takanuma? Yeah. Takanuma in the Trashanuma? Birds of Paradise. And 6 floating mana. Nicol, Bolas. Get out of here. Let's do some crime. We're gonna steal a green or white spell. No black spells, right? Ugh, come on! That's what I said I didn't want. Okay, fine. I'll cast a free Liliana of the Veil. I could plus, I could minus. I'll minus. And I have this extra mana here. Who do I want to kill? Nissa, Thalian to Gitrog, or Paradise Druid? I think I'm going to kill the Nissa. If I had stolen a creature, like, they probably would have exiled it this turn anyway, but I still would have gotten to have it, and that would have made me happy. They don't have enough damage on board right now to kill Bolas. Easy for them to kill Liliana, though, swinging with either this or this. I am back. Yeah, I took a couple days off. I was traveling to record Commander games with a Commander show. I cannot reveal which until the episodes come out. But I promise they're fun. I had fun. So they're swinging as much damage as they can at Bolas. Bring him down to 3 loyalty. See, in a couple months, you'll see me on some Commander show. Which Commander show? Great question. I have no idea. Let's steal. Hello. 1 crime, please. Final showdown. So I have to actually pay the sprees for this. I mean, I guess I can. Sure, it's a white spell and I can cast it. Let's go. Destroy all creatures. And using all of these. Look at my white sources I stole. Yeah, I have white mana. I have 3 white mana sources. Most of which were stolen. Each player discard a card. I'm going to drop this Toxic Deluge. Since I know one of the cards in their hand and it doesn't go super wide. They can still flash out Solitude here, so they have something to attack Liliana with. I have now cast a white spell. Excellent! My quest is going perfectly. Ooh, Kaya. Intangible Slayer. That is the 7 mana Kaya. With Hexproof. Wish I could have stolen that. Yeah, dang, it's Kaya. He may as well attack Liliana, because otherwise I could -2, make them sacrifice this. Am I doing my daily quest for your stolen cards? Yup. Tireless Provisioner. That's a good one. Get a treasure. Pay a life over using that. Now I have the Decadent Dragon. It's a 4/4. I can swing in with it. Kaya can steal one of my cards, though. She exiles creatures or enchantments, makes 1/1 spirit token copies of them. Oh, they're just going for card advantage here. Would I like to scry 1? Okay, 1 second. Okay. Yeah. This is what I want. Tireless Tracker. They haven't played a land return, have they? No. I'm going to Gale's Redirection this, because that gives me a chance to cast it. I exile it off the stack. And now I have a tireless tracker. Hi, tireless tracker, with fancy alt art. Thalion the Gitrog monster. So if I had countered Thalion the Gitrog with this, they would just put it back into the command zone. I don't get the steal because it just puts it into exile. All right, so we've got a couple different bits here. I need to see what I steal off Bolas. A teeny tiny hobbit. Just double checking what creatures we have in graveyards. Witch Enchanters, Nissa. Remember, they come in tapped because of this thing. I swing at Kaya. To me, she is enemy number 1. Casting green spells. And then, yeah, this is worth some life. I want Nissa. Perfect. Doesn't count as casting a green spell, but still nice. And I think that puts me to 3 Selesnya spells cast this game. Nice. Excellent. They've been using Kaya like purely for the card advantage. She's quite good at it. They could kill Tireless Provisioner with if near Deadlands. Okay, they're not doing that. I will block with the Tireless Provisioner if they don't kill it first. Okay, they're cutting it down. Bolas takes 7, goes down to 2 loyalty. But he's not dead yet. You plussin'? They're doing the 0 again. Draw 2. Yes, I would like this guy. That gives me more crime. Absolutely. I love having crime. The plunder from down under. Okay, they can technically choose to discard 2 spells. Or 2 cards. But what if they don't? What? But all the cool cards. Bloom Tender, sure. Taps for 3 mana. They said hasta la bye-bye. Hard bristle bandit. Undercity Plunder, they discard the last card in their hand. Sheltered by Ghosts, and I get an Avacyn's Pilgrim. 2 more green spells for Amy to cast. This is so good for my quest. They really didn't want Kaya to die. There, she is a powerhouse. She's terrifying. More crime. I mean, gotta have my crime. You got plenty of mana to recast this. You still have 6 mana, right? Castle Lockthwain, losing 2 life to draw a card. But Bolas lives! Oh, yes. I've committed a crime. Camille. I like Camille. And then we heist. I don't have any cards in hand, but I still think Vona's the answer here. Because we use Vona to kill Thalion the Gitrog monster, I don't have a card to discard. And then I can kill Kaya. Get in there, kids! And it's a white spell! Oh, we're doing amazingly. Would I like to cast Valky's front side or try to cast the back side? I'm just gonna cast the front side. It's free. It's free! Oh, and a bat. Cool. You're a bat. If they had been draining me with Kaya, but then they wouldn't have all these lands. They just want card advantage. Come here, Bloom Tender. I don't need to turn this into the bat. We steal. Committing a crime with the crime. Take those chicken tendies and kill them. Do I usually try to cast the front or back side? It depends on how late we are in the game. Early game, front side. Late game, back side. And it's the mean thing to do, but it's the right thing to do. House Meld, Thalia, and the Gitrog monster. And start swinging in here. So their commander is now an enchantment under my control. That is, well, hard to get rid of. Hard to free. They don't have any artifacts, so I'll just cast this for free. Unkicked. I'm presenting lethal next turn. Mind Spike! They lose 2 life and draw a card. And now that they don't have any blockers, I think there's also lethal off of Bolas's minus. That's going to be GG! And great progress towards me finishing my quest. Look at that! 9 spells cast. I'm almost halfway there. Atrios, God of Passage. They'll be playing white spells and black spells. This could be like a Heir Apparent deck, or it could be a General Sacrifice deck. Atrios allows you to put cards back into hand if your opponent's unwilling to pay 3 life when a creature dies. This is a really cool way to do some recursion and also eventually get a 5/4 indestructible. Nice big enchantment creature here. They got the mana. We got manners. I may have to save this for exiling, but I'm not sure if I can resist if I have the potential to do crime. Oh, it's the Bartman. What can I do with 5 mana next turn? I can play Displacer Kitten. I'm trying to decide if I want to let them have this. You may have Bart. Yes, you can have the Bartman. The thing I could do if I mana drained it is hold up Displacer Kitten and use this to blink it. Kitten! Of course I want the kitten. Not only is it a white spell, it's a busted, broken, amazing spell. Oh, backwards! They give it the 40-month resub saying 40 moths in a jar. Why are we putting moths in a jar? I could hold the mana drain here. And also the expensive taste, or I could start playing these. I think that it's best for me to hold these 2 spells, since this is when they would start playing things I'm a little more scared of, and if they don't, I do have a way to do some more crime. Steal a little more. Marionette Apprentice, you may have it. They can sacrifice the pieces to it to drain me for life. Because they got the Bartman. Doomed Traveler, Bitter Triumph. Cool. I'm going to play this off a little. You do have to pay colored mana for these, so I can't play the Doomed Traveler. Yet. Oh, that would say we'd get rid of the kitten? Okay. The Bitter Triumph, I have black mana, so I can cast it. And this is what the mana drain's for, slowing down Atrios so they can't recur all of these. And also getting me 3 more mana, which lines up perfectly with Nicol Bolas's casting cost. Or just like a bunch of other stuff. I don't know, I got spells. Love spells. Love casting them. I could go for Shouldered, make them drop a thing here, but no, it's Bolas time. We already took out one of their direct Planeswalker removal spells. making it slightly less likely that they would have one. Oh, just kidding. There's another one. They exile him in response to the plus. And I got me a greedy freebooter. I'll play that. It's a 1/1. It makes me a treasure when it dies. Oof, that's a vein ripper. Making it so Bart is not so easy to block. And I need to keep this alive so I have the ability to pay the ward cost on Vein Ripper. Perfect. Grab an island. And I think that Vein Ripper will be my Vein Ripper. I will sacrifice this greedy freebooter, get a treasure. Lose 2 life. Are you going to sacrifice it in response? So yeah, I go pretty low. Weave the Nightmare. Oh, that is a really fun spell. I will keep it. Keep it on top. I'm going to use this treasure to play the Doomed Traveler. It's a white spell. I'm adding it to my notes. Cast a white spell. Nailed it. Yeah, 2 white spells. Takanuma, are they planning to bring it back? Or maybe the Marionette Apprentice for a smaller but similar effect. I'll block, I don't want to die. Because they now have 2 sacrificable creatures here, they can give him up to 6 toughness, so he survives Weave the Nightmare. But he won't be surviving Bitter Triumph. I will use this. And discard a card. Sorry, Laughing Jasper Flint. I just don't think it's quite your time. If they'd like to, they could cast something else. But they're just trying to get triggers. And I'll play Decadent Dragon. So I have a good blocker. And I'm going to leave both of them back just in case of removal. Donald, thank you for the sub. Hey, hey. Skyclave Apparition, they have removal here. Taking at this. I won't block, though. Throwing down you and Shuldred. They can choose one of these 2 to sacrifice. Marionette Apprentice. They do have more than 8 cards in graveyard, so I can flip over Shuldred. Hi, Atrios. Rite of Oblivion! Okay. That exiles Shuldred. I was actually going to block if they swung in with it anyway. Would I like to pay the 3 life? No, because I only have 3 life. And now I have to be mindful of my 3, 2, and 1 mana permanents. And I am going to go down to 2. Or 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go for the Rakuas Theater. Another land. No, throw that away. More land. Oh, boy. Well, this is cute. I'm going to bring out Displacer Kitten. If they go for the exile on Displacer Kitten, I blink it with its own ability. And I go for some crime. Because that's all I know in this world is crime. Plague Crafter, Amarius Call, and Lord Skitter. I guess Lord Skitter, exile things from their graveyard. Now they could sacrifice this. And they'll get it back in hand. Because I cannot pay 3 life. Skater book. The Thief. And holding this open as removal. Or like keeping it. No, I'm going to play it as a land so I can get closer to Bolas. I'll exile Vein Ripper from their graveyard. I'm swinging for 5. Of these two, I don't actually know which is the higher priority target. Okay, Lord Skitter, because they'll get the token if it dies. And also, me hitting their graveyard is bad for them. All right, now I'm at Bolas mana. I will swing in with the... I will not swing in with the Thief of Sanity because it's a dead Thief of Sanity. Aw. Swing in with the 1/1 Spirit. Play Bolas. Do some crime. Solitude. Hey, that exiles it. It won't go back to their hand. They will get the 3/3. And then I will put a counter, or try to put a counter onto Solitude. Nope, I got a land. Vona! Destroying Nicol Bolas. They don't have a card to discard. Or they could make a copy of it. The Plunder? Or do we go for Bolas again? I want to steal. They both steal. I'm going to go Bolas. P-Spark. P-Spark. Only has 1 valid target. Swing in for 3 with Solitude. I guess I also should swing in with the 4/4. Ha! 5 life! I can actually use things here. Wait a minute. I just realized something about the way you're phrased. When another creature you own dies, it's not control? The more you know. Stolen cards that die from Atrios trigger Atrios. Well, I'm back down to 2. It's secret anti-crime tech, I know! I see them hovering over their graveyard, which worries me. This could be Agdim's Awakening for X = 4. Sometimes you just know. Atrios is now a creature. Bart's in play. Freebooter's in play. Pitiless Plunderer is in play. Sort of surprised they didn't go for Marionette Apprentice, but I guess they wanted the Sacrifice Outlet on 2 instead. I will block. I will block. And that will get them treasures. Getting goofed by the English language. Crabomination would hit a random card in their graveyard. Not that good. We're going to start with the Plunder. I have to block. I don't want to block. I got a random card from their deck and it was Plains. Okay. What's the top spell?
A mind is an easy thing to waste.
They're scrying here. And putting that back into hand. So whatever was on top, they really didn't want me to steal. Ilcor's convenient. I'll take that. And we'll see what the next top spell of their deck is. With the crab. Oh, thank you, Ellis Ilcor. Thank you for the life. Bitter Triumph. Greedy Freebooter. Triumph, I'd just be hitting the 1/1. I Guess I take the freebooter even though they'll get it back. So I gain a life off Ilcor. I'll put a counter onto Ilcor. Or a land. We'll see what we get. Okay, that's a land. I'll play it. And they know I have a random card from their deck. Now, some people might be thinking, oh, you're going to go for the -12, right? That would help you. No, we don't do that. That's against the rules. You can only use the +2 and the -4. Oh, they attacked Bolas. Oh, because they don't know the rules. Start with a triumphant getaway so I can hopefully gain life off of Nicol Bolas's plus ability. Rankle, Infestation Sage. I will go for Rankle here. Burglar Rat, Shambling Ghast, Blood Artist. Steal.
Is it exhausting to try so hard? The mind
Another way for me to gain life. We're stabilizing. If I can pay the 3 for some of these, that's just great. And like Rankle's just a blocker for me. They're down to 12. I'll actually just play this Plains. And chill. My life is now greater than their life because Triumphant Getaway gains me 2 life off each of these casts. Who says crime doesn't pay? People who don't understand how fun crime is. And then I have both Blood Artist and Ellis Ilcor. My creatures dying will do a lot of damage. And if their creatures die, I'm gaining life too. Looks like that's going to be GG and a couple more white spells cast. And now I'm up to 15 out of 20 spells cast. We're getting there 3/4 of the way with Nicol Bolas casting Selesnya spells. The Myco Tyrant. Hey, they've got green in there, and they'll be putting lots of things into their graveyard. And the more permanents they put into their graveyard, the more tokens they get. And the more tokens they get, the fungi they get, the bigger the Myco Tyrant will be. It is a ever-scaling, descending commander. And I've got the ability to steal the top card of their deck. This is like Bob, but instead of getting cards from your library, you get cards from your opponent's library. It's a really, really good card design. Ooh, the Primordium. I love this thing. So it is putting copies of itself in the graveyard, and then it gets bigger and bigger until you can use it to return them. And because it's a fungus, it also helps Myco Tyrant grow. It's like a double whammy because it's putting permanents in a graveyard and it's a fungus. It's also a 2-mana 3/3, which is like nice. Number go up. Wooded Foothills also counts as a permanent put into the graveyard if they'd like to play Myco Tyrant this turn. And they are. Here comes Myco Tyrant. That's a very strong start for them. I don't have any board wipes in hand. So I might lose the game, but hopefully I can still steal some green spells from them, right? Green spell? Green spell? Shadow Spear. That's not a green spell. Oh, man, and if they had played it, I could have stolen it with the Skydiver. Tragic. You lose life, right? It doesn't deal damage. I think I'll hold the Bind to Secrecy over equipping this. Now let's throw the equipment on. I'll do that. Primordium is very good for 2 mana. Unearthing one of those Primordium Propagator Primordiums, that puts 2 more of them in the graveyard. It also makes Myco Tyrant a 4/4, which is relevant for this turn because it means it can swing straight through the Thought String Analyst. Bind to Secrecy, unfortunately, does not exile the thing that it's copying in the graveyard. I really wish it did. That'd be cool. I could have, like, countered Unearth, but that's not as interesting. So Micro Tyrant is going to be getting 4 fungi. We're in trouble. That's a lot of fungi. What do we get off the top this time? Come on, green spells. Or like a board wipe. I'd take a board wipe. Land. And they know it's a land or a 0 mana spell because it didn't deal any damage. I've got Fear of Ridicule, Triumphant Getaway. I just have to, like, not be dead. Being not dead would be good. Unfortunately, no quest progress so far. I think it's going to be Triumphant Getaway. I ask for too much. Noxious Revival? Sure. I'm not going to counter that. Put a target card from a graveyard on top of its owner's library. Funky. They surveil. Putting a land in the graveyard. That's 2 things put in a graveyard so far. They can also get something out of the graveyard to put more things in the graveyard. This Propagator Primordium, again, a card very much designed to be played with the Micro Tyrant. Is everybody swinging in? They got that swang. I'm going to throw down this Triumphant Getaway to see what I can steal. And I'm looking for board wipes. I mean, yes, that is a board wipe, but it's not one I can afford. So I guess I'll go Skull Prophet. We heist again. A pile on. Driven to Despair. Bramble Familiar. Take the pile on. And I'm going to trade with the Primordium. And I'll be at 6. Now, am I still dead? Probably. Probably. No one left behind. They bring it out again. And Micro Tyrant grows. Ooh, Loud Derp, thank you for the 4-month resub. And Atro, thank you for the 2-year resub. I tried. I did crime. But I don't think I can survive. So I think the biggest thing I can do here is blocking a Primordium and piling on Micro Tyrant. But I'm still taking like 18 damage doing that. But I got to steal a spell. Skull Prophet, that's something, that's green. I go to block. And let's see. I'll be gaining 2. Yeah, it's not enough. Some with a good game. It's like, if I kill a fungus, do I live? The answer is no. I sure don't. That's a lot of little dudes. Would have been nice to get a Tasha. Oh, it would have eaten up these fungus so good. GG, Micro Tyrant. That game gave me a very slight amount of progress towards the goal, but we're not quite there. Narset Transcendent. Yes, this is a card with white in its identity, but I feel like most of the cards in white in the deck are single target removal or board wipes, or a couple planeswalkers. I'm still going to be playing against them in an attempt to steal those spells, though casting them may not be what I want to do, because if they're all board wipes, that's not so good. Narset Transcendent is hard Azorius control. Kill spells, counter spells, board wipes, you know. And a couple prison spells probably mixed in. I have a turn 1 Ragavan, though, so I like that. Excellent little crime monkey stealing those top spells, getting me some treasures so I can cast them. A fine monkey. And before I even play a land, I will swing in. What's on top? It's a land. Boring. I had nothing to cast this turn. Mind Stone, they're ramping. They're also ossifying, putting Ragavan into exile. But you see, opponent, I would very much like to hit you with a monkey. So I'm going to use Cyclonic Rift to bounce that. Because I want to do crime. Fateful Absence. Oh, if only Narset were out, we could just blast her. Obliterate her. I think Solar Transformer over Gonti this turn, since I have a direct kill spell or a Planeswalker. It's like, yeah, I could have cast the Fateful Absence on Ragavan. I'm not going to. I have 2 direct ones. I guess Bolas, sort of. Ossification again. They exile the monkey. Oh, the Fateful Absence. So Fateful Absence is only castable on the turn that I had hit. So unfortunately, I can't cast it now. That's a nice way to do it. I'll go for Gonti over Bolas. This one. Yeah, some crime spells are forever, like Gonti, and some of them are just until end of turn. I still hope that one day they keyword Gonti's ability. They should have done it on Thunder Junction. You just learned up the meaning of ossification to turn into bone. Ossify is a word that you'll sometimes see. Here comes Narset. She pluses. That's a Tail's End. A nasty little way to stop my Planeswalkers from landing. All right. Well, while they only have 1 white mana up, I can pay the 1 for a tithe. Pact of Negation. Okay, yeah, it's free counterspell. Dang it. Narset will plus again. And if she can get to the -9, it bricks a lot of my game plan. What else is new? Let's just Moidalize. Pay 3 life. Kill the Narset. Nice Teferi. That can come down next turn. I can either do Gonti or Fear Ridicule here, or Bolas to make them discard. I really do want to steal, but I think that just hit their hand once, put a 4/4 with an enter the battlefield into play is going to be my preference here. Yeah, the in-universe ossification is Elish Norn will turn her most loyal servants into, like, bone sculptures. You can see her, like, throne behind her is just full of that. It's very cool. All right, Gonti again. Yeah, uses a life. Wash away. They try to cast Narset. I have a wash away. Somebody's saying I'm a very violent Selesnya player. Oh, in reference to the short from the old Shuffle Up and Play. Well, see, it gets even funnier because right now I'm playing actually my Selesnya quest using a Grixis deck. They play Teferi Time Raveler. I can no longer counter their spells or cast anything at, like, on their turn. They untap. Sure is blue. I can either go for both of these, one of which can get Tails Ended, or I just try to breach. I'm gonna try to breach. Sweet. Oh, Witch Enchanter, because they have very few creatures there. Ooh, Sheoldred or Grenzo. They could Tails End a trigger. But this gives me a... Yeah, I can't use counter spells. That's the trouble. I'd have to get a kill spell off it. I'm gonna go for the Sheoldred. Yep, Witch Enchanter. Disenchanter. Let's search for Scanta. Ooh, or do I want to free the monkey? No, they probably have a board wipe. They did nerf Grenzo, and ideally I'd be sealing a counterspell with it, but I can't cast counterspells because this guy's here. Fairy draws them a card. They can cast board wipes at instant speed. Or they could just do it now. Sure, why not? Untap 2 lands. The fact that I can't use the counter spells is so tough. I'm gonna go Gonti over Bolas. If I had one more land, I'd go for Bolas killing Teferi. Nothing for me to steal. I think it's Hour of Revelation. I'm going to gift. They extra turn spell. That's funny. Okay, so they're gonna take 2 turns. Send the Reef. I thought about it, but I wasn't sure what they had in hand. And I think the Hour of Revelation game plan is a pretty good one. Depending on if I can break through their counter spells. Which, yeah, it's a big if. They get another turn. Fairy is up to 4, and then 7 loyalty. Please, I need to cast your white spells. A Restless Reef can bop 1. Now they're too big, though.
Free the fist.
Hurry.
You think our opponent is having fun? Is it? Is it fun? An extra turn with 3 planeswalkers is pretty good. Yep. Unfortunately, that Narset is getting awful high up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do not have enough to protect the Hour of Devastation, or Hour of Revelation, sorry. So I'm going to go for Elspeth Conquers Death. Double checking. Yep. See if this gets disallowed. Or do they have a different counter spell? Okay, they have a Dovin's Veto, and I cannot counter that. Pure Ridicule. Oh, and I should also mention, this version of Teferi does let me cast counterspells on my own turn, just not on theirs. Teferi nerf means I could? No. The reason I couldn't protect this with the counterspell is because I don't have enough mana. I would need 9.
Improve. Enlighten.
And I have 8. Unless the spell I'm countering is being cast from outside their hand. Oh yeah, I could protect the site. That's why I cast it.
Need to move quickly.
No, oh, why? No, this is Dovin's Veto. This spell can't be countered. That's why countering their counterspell doesn't do anything there. This is one of those nasty counterspells that can't be stopped. Play the land. Make sure I've got 2 blue up. I do. Hour of Revelation. And I've now cast 2 white spells, which makes me happy. So wash away on the disallow. They probably do have another counterspell at this point. Unfortunately. Dismiss. That's rough, buddy. Suffering and the Narset and ult. I would say that this game is pretty lost, but I'd say I won a little. I got to cast some spells toward my Selesnya quest. Can I cast my commander? No. Can I cast anything I steal from them at this point forward? Probably not. I'm pretty sure I got the only creature out of their deck already, the creature land. And at this point, like, Pure Ridicule doesn't cast. There's not going to be any creatures for me to get. That's just the end. And we go to the next one. Gotta move on so I can do more crime. I only need 2 more spells. 2 more spells and the quest is complete. Domri, Chaos Bringer. This is the rioting Domri that is going to be putting beasties into play and making them go fast. I've got Mana Drain, Tasha, Relic, great cards to go up against big Gruul stuff. They've got the -8, makes the beast. The +1 gives things right, gets you mana. And -3 gets you creatures. Island. I imagine they will have some anti-counterspell tech in this deck as well because they are in Gruul. Rhythm of the Wild, the 3-mana Domri, lots of good choices. Into the North! I actually would really love to just have 4 mana to spend on, like, Tasha and stuff. Perfect. Just start plussing. Gruul is not good at removing planeswalkers. So the earlier I can land one, the better advantage I have. And also I really want to ult Tasha and take 3 big Gruul creatures out of their deck. That'd be sweet. Aw, Wandertail Mentor. It gets bigger when they expend 4. I don't have to target for that. I'm ramping. Domri, Chaos Bringer. This becomes a 3/3. You think I'm just gonna get, like, Leonor Elf and stuff? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So there was only 1 creature in their top, is it 6? Top 4. Okay.
You know I'm a brilliant witch, right? Give it your best shot, adventurer.
Boop, boop. They can make a hasty Hydra. I now have a stolen permanent, but I didn't cast it, so no green progress. Ooh, Terror of the Peaks! With haste because it has Riot. It's only a 4 power, but now when creatures enter, like this one, it'll deal damage to whatever they want. So I'm going to use Bolas. Normally, you know, I like to do crime, but I need to stay alive in order to do crime. Plus the Tasha, and use the Wandertail Mentor to bop the Domri. And they're leaving. Because I had more mana than the Gruul deck. No, but I didn't do any quest progress! Ah, dang it. Ajani, Mentor of Heroes. Recently added into Arena, if I remember right. I've got Invert Polarity, but not the mana to cast. The Laughing Jasper Flint, that's a real fun one. And Relic of Legends and Grenzo. They're saying hi? Hi! Ajani, Mentor of Heroes, puts counters on your creatures, looks for auras, creatures, and planeswalkers, and then gains you 100 life. It's a lot of life. I will use the Flooded Strand to grab, I guess, the Is It Land Steam Vents, so I can play turn 1 Monkey and try to steal Selesnya cards from a Selesnya deck. I gotta finish my quest. This is the one. Paradise Druid. Well, it can block the monkey, but it's still worth swinging in, so I will swing in. No ramp for me. No ramp for you. Play the Sulphur Falls. What is the quest? To cast green or white spells. Do you play like Aetherflux Reservoir in this deck? I don't know. The +1 here is scales. This one's just value. I feel like you could do this as Super Friends. I could hold the Invert Polarity, but because they have their commander probably castable this turn, yeah, I think I should go for the counter spell over Laughing Jasper Flint. Okay, Boss Cat. That's a Planeswalker, so that makes me think this might be Scales Super Friends. I would like the blue-black shock here. And then we cast Invert Polarity, trying to steal Boss Cat for ourselves. And, ugh, I just countered it. That's boring. Puppy! Hello, puppy. I forgot that spell got added to Arena. That's a good card right there. I want to steal. Generous Pup. Yeah, I gotta try adding this into like Arwen and a couple other decks, a couple other Scales decks. I mean, you can proliferate because that goes great with the +1/+1 counters. Striker Bow, thank you for the 58-month resub. Dog Grow, dog many counters. Me steal Luminarch Aspirant. I love Luminarch Aspirant. And that's a white spell cast. I'm halfway there. I will use Luminarch Aspirant to put a counter onto Laughing Jasper Flint and swing it at a Johnny. They could trade Puppy for Lizard, and they did. Restless Reef. I'll take tapped lands. I could have also bolted this in and played the Relic of Legends. A Johnny, Adversary of Tyrants, can bring back the pup. That -2 ability. Oh yeah, that would be really fun in Rocco. I would try that out. I think I need to Grenzo. It's like, yeah, I can kill a Planeswalker, but why do that when instead I could go to 11 life and steal? They're all green and white. Oh, it's beautiful getting all these green and white spells. Which do I want, though? Do I want more lands so I can play Nicol Bolas next turn? Soul Partition to slow down a Johnny? I think I'm going to go for Soul Partition to slow down a Johnny. I can technically do this on any turn, but since they would want to activate him, I'll throw it there, and then I'll put the counter onto Grenzo. It's nerfed Grenzo, but actually on that turn it was not nerfed Grenzo, because all 3 spells cost 3 or less mana. Quest complete, by the way. Do I care about +100 life? No, I care about the +1 putting 3 +1/+1 counters onto their hexproof creature. Repeatedly. A Johnny also able to put counters on things or reveal the top card. It was Patriarch's Humiliation. They put it to the top because they want to hit Grenzo. And now we got 3 random spells here. Swords to Plowshares, Aragorn, and Evolution Sage. I do have a land, so I could trigger the Evolution Sage. That thing is not untapped, so I can't do that. I'll go Evolution Sage, I think. Aragorn would also be fun just to, like, share counters. So I will have you cast for free. Play the land, make Grenzo dummy thick. Nicol Bolas, God-Pharaoh. And it's like, yeah, there's Planeswalkers here and I could kill them, but I want to do crime. Always, every day of my life. So I plus. And oh, look at that, it's Patriarch's Humiliation. Unfortunately, I do not have good targets for it because you have hexproof. I think I attack Sleeper Agent. Yeah, I wanted to get this off the top of their deck, so, like, Grenzo wouldn't get hit. Ozolith, Shattered Spire. That will put additional +1/+1 counters on things that are getting counters. Nice. Incubation Druid. Also, a quest complete. I've done it. I've cast the Selesnya spells. Now I just have to win! Oh gosh, they have a lot of stuff happening, don't they? That's fine. That's fine. Just because there's a Turbo Puppy Mega Buff. Dang, that is a Turbo Puppy Mega Buff. Innkeeper's Talent. Putting even more counters on things. Sheesh, look at that go. Okay, what do we steal? Arwen, Vorinclex, who I would have to pay mana for, or Hardened Scales. I'm actually going to take Hardened Scales here because I would like to see how deep I can go with Nicol Bolas, and that means taking a non-creature spell to potentially cast even more. Okay, so I got Skrelv. That's whatever. We don't need Skrelv. Gonna cast Hardened Scales for free, sure. And blink Bolas. I could also blink Grenzo, but like this is a guaranteed free spell. Gimme. Utopia Sprawl. I am gonna have to target their land for it. Doesn't matter. Worth it. Yes, I know. We blink you. And I guess I'll name Black Mana. Conclave Mentor. They're all creatures. They got all those planeswalkers out early. And now I'm like looking for those planeswalkers and wondering where they are. More, please. Once again, not what I crave. And do they just not have a creature in their graveyard? That's why I can't bind to secrecy. Okay, that's fair. I know how to get a creature in their graveyard. I will put a +1/+1 counter onto Defiler. Swing with you at a Johnny. Very cool. And then use Bind to Secrecy to conjure a duplicate of that. I do have to tap Skrelv. And we blink Nicol Bolas. Come on. I did not manage to steal the little critters from them. That's okay. At least I have extremely scales. Between the scales and this is also scales. I got some big critters here. I think I actually do want... No, I gotta leave them up as blockers. Okay, I was like thinking, do I want to scry once? No. So, like, from them, Grenzo stole a non-creature. And then I just stole a bunch of regular critters. Johnny found Arwen. Hey, we almost stole you because you're an indestructible creature and you're really good. They could use the mana from these to put counters on Pup, to put counters on everything. Oh, or do that. Mm-hmm. And Arwen can give something indestructible lifelink. They all get Ward 1. Big Hobbit. We steal. All creatures. Now, Champion of Lambholt could get me some damage through. Kodama could get me some damage through. I think Kodama is going to be the better pick over Champion because their creatures are already so big. And I can, like, try to do some proliferate nonsense here. I'm going to try to steal. This will put counters on all the creatures because it is green. Ooh, Jogan defends the temple. Okay, so this I think actually could get me lethal this turn. Cast you for free. What? I'm confused. There we go. It's going to be game. All my creatures get trample. We're going to be able to blink Bolas, hopefully get even more. I have a fetch land, so I can put all the counters on them and then proliferate the counters. And because I have the triple scales out, we win, and not only do I win the game, I finished the quest, casting 20 white or green spells with a Grixis deck. Ah, some fine Magic the Gathering. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you like seeing Nicol Bolas cast a bunch of Selesnya spells. This is, as always, one of my favorite decks. It's very fun to get to play crime, but you gotta remember the rules. It's all about the crime. It's not about winning, it's about fun. It's about using the +2, the -4, and never the +1 or the -12. If somebody ever plays this deck against you and they use the +1 or the -12, they're playing it wrong because they don't understand that it's prime time for crime time. And it's a joy to have so much fun getting to cast Selesnya spells with a deck that has no green or white spells in it. So mission accomplished. If you're looking for the deck list, it is in the description below. And thank you all so much for watching 400 episodes of Brawl Stars. I'll be continuing some new brews. I just got back from a little trip, which you will see the product of said trip within the next few months. I promise I'll link everywhere when I can talk about the thing I was doing. There was a thing, I did it. You'll find out about it eventually. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.